So as it turns out, I didn't have to lie to the guy or anything, because he wasn't there. They were bowling. But I guess, okay, now I'm going to tell you why that job was a bunch of bullshit. If you didn't know already, it's a place called Vector Marketing. Exhausting bike ride. Where did I put my water? I just had my water. Where did I put my water? I just quit the job. You saw me quit the job. I'm home now. I'm drinking water. If you didn't know what I was doing, you could actually see a flash of it when I showed the paycheck in day 2. Cutco, Vector Marketing. I don't know if you've heard of it before. Some of you have. It's a horrible place. Vector Marketing is the marketing firm for Cutco knives. I need to just talk about the way they operate. Vector Marketing is a horrible place, okay? Most of the people online that you see who will attack the people who call it a horrible place, they're people who work there or who have worked there, and they'll say stuff like, well, it's your fault that you didn't work hard enough to get more money, blah blah blah, you can be really successful. And that's not the point. They're right, you can be really successful in this company. The thing about this company is it is deceitful, and it is wrong, and it just does horrible things. This is an actual script that we're supposed to read to people on the phone. DC Metro Neighborhood Approach. Hello, may I please speak to Mrs. First Name, please? Is this Mrs. First Name? Hi, Mrs. First Name. This is Jules. Is in the script. I'm not sure if my name rings a bell, but I'm one of the kids from the neighborhood, blah 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 blah. Do you mind if we have a quick chat? Blah 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 blah. I'm a student over at Nova, majoring in liberal arts, and this summer I'm working for this marketing company, blah blah blah. I get paid to do presentations. College isn't cheap. I'm going to lie to you about a scholarship that I'm going to try to get. Blah blah blah. I need to get 8 appointments this week in order to be on pace for the scholarship goal. Blah blah blah. And you know that I know that you're really busy, but I've been calling all of the moms from the blah 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 for help. So far I've seen blah 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 people, and so I was wondering if you could squeeze me in like they did, blah blah blah, for a really quick blah blah. Think purposefully, get directions, confirmation note. Doesn't that seem a little bit wrong? Well, let me just describe my experience working with these people. So, you go in there, you get a job. The top manager, he is like, he didn't do the robot thing. He was, I guess, somewhat more like a normal human. He seemed a little bit strange. He had these interesting mannerisms, and he said things. He said, I mean, he had these weird colloquialisms. Hello? What's up? What's up? You called me. I'm home. I'm home. Okay. So, that was my dad. And why am I getting text and shit? Oh my god. I had the luck of going to this division meeting of everyone in the DC metro area. So that's Baltimore, I think Philadelphia, Northern Virginia, all came together. So all the Vector Marketing Cutco sales representatives came together for this one meeting in Baltimore. And you go in there and they're blasting loud music, and all the managers are all lined up and they're all giving high fives. That's another thing about during training. The manager was always high-fiving everyone and fist bumping everyone, and everyone is so encouraged to like cheer and applaud and hoot and holler enthusiastically. Well, here's the thing. We get to that hotel in Baltimore. They're playing loud rap music, I start dancing because I feel the rhythm and the groove. It's all kind of exciting, and all the managers are lined up. They're all high-fiving everyone. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is kind of funny. It's like a cult. They all did that. Every manager there had the same mannerisms, the same colloquialisms. Everyone there was a carbon copy of the person next to them or above them, and everyone was striving to be that same personality. I go through, sit down, and then they have all of these people come up on stage while they're playing loud music, and they're like, well, if you sold $500,000 worth of knives, come up here, and then everyone would cheer and applaud enthusiastically, and it was like, wait, why are we cheering for that? Why do we care? Why do we even know you? And this is what they do. It's a psychological trick. What they're doing is they're trying to get everyone to look up to those people, to revere those people, revere the ones who sell more stuff. They're the ones that get us more money, and they get more money, and all of us together are above you, laughing at you. So the idea is, you're supposed to pay respect to the higher-ups in the hope that you strive to be like the higher-up. And it's depressing because they're like, oh, we're going to give you a little trophy. And it's exciting because you sold stuff and got the people above you rich. It's okay, fine. That's the way it works. That makes sense. I'm not complaining about that. It's considering as how everyone who works for vector marketing is from the ages 17 to, what is it, 25, and then what do? They kill themselves? I don't know. You know, some people, those people who have careers with Cutco, what do they do after 25? I didn't see anyone over 25 at that meeting. Now everyone in the room is applauding and cheering for everything that happens, and then one by one they have, you know, successful sales rep after successful sales rep talk about their experiences, little tips and tricks. One guy was up there and he said, when you're trying to get references for more people you can sell knives to, if they don't want to give you references, then put on your sad face and say, was it me? They're teaching you to psychologically persuade people into buying knives from you. Okay, well, that's what all salespeople do, right? Nothing too wrong there. Okay, but we'll go on a little farther. We're going a little bit deeper. They hype up a big conference that's going to take place in Florida or something. And then the guy who introduces this to everyone in the room introduces it using our own sales pitch, the one that we use when we talk to people about the knives. You would think that this sales conference would cost like a big amount of money, but you can have it for $19. It looks like it's going to be a big party-like thing, party atmosphere, because that's what they run the whole thing. Everyone in the room is starting to get excited about it. He hands out a bunch of order forms for people, so you can order, you can put your name down and get into this big conference thing in Florida. But on the order form it says $300. Okay. And then, worst yet, they start counting down. They're like, you have 10 seconds to fill this out and get this exclusive offer, and in this 10 seconds after you filled it out, we will draw random people and they'll get a go for free so that they could sell more knives. I sat there in horror as I watched everyone in the room happily fill out $300 worth of money to go to this conference. What's that conference going to be? More fucking brainwashing. More, please spend more money on us. No, it's a real job. The job itself is not a scam. The way it's run scams the people in it. And it scams the people in it into scamming customers. I can't stand the place like that. I couldn't stand the atmosphere. I couldn't stand how they would. I didn't pay them. I didn't pay the $100. If you're wondering, I did not. I was sitting there and I was looking at the paper, and my manager comes over. He says, "Fill it out, fill it out," and I'm like, "No, I can't pay $300." And he's like, "Oh, it's okay. We'll take it out of your paycheck." And I'm like, "What? I got a job because I want money, not because I want to spend money. I'm just gonna wrap up my video for today on that note.